Welcome to Commonwealth Sports Talk, Season 2, Episode 9, with your hosts, Joe Dillard Jr. and Anthony Robinson. Special guest for today, Ryan Massenburg, head coach of the Petersburg High School basketball team in Virginia.
Welcome to Commonwealth Sports Talk. I'm your host, JoJo D, coming to you live with my man, Anthony Robinson.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? We got Coach Ryan Massenburg with us today from Petersburg High School. We got a great one for you. Stay tuned.
Absolutely, man. And you know what it is. This is brought to you by Legacy Maker Sports, Grind and Pray. And now we also have Kane Beats brought to you by Mike Brown Jr. So let's go ahead and tune into the show as we bring you Ryan Massenburg. What's up, Coach?
There you go. There you go.
What's good, Coach?
Yeah, that's a whole lot better,
Yeah.
man.
Turn your volume up. Like your man Dave Chappelle said, turn my microphone up.
There we go. There we go.
A lot better, man. How you doing, bro?
All right, man. Can't complain, man. Just getting adjusted to the norm. That's about it.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely. Everybody, man. It's unbelievable, man, just how, it's like the snap of a finger, blink of an eye, just how things are just completely different.
Yeah, it's something you got to get used to. I mean, I never thought out of my 49 years that I ever see something like this. Never.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess to take you from last season and go right into the upcoming season, it's got a lot of hiccups in between. So we'll parade around it. Take me to the beginning, man. How did it feel when you got named Petersburg head coach? And tell me the process, man. I know it was a story behind it.
Yeah, man. It's so unbelievable. Actually, I've been through 5 head coaches since I've been here. Of course, the legendary Coach Lawson himself. Then I coached with his son. I coached with him for about 4 or 5 years. And I coached with Coach Height for 3 years. And I was with McGlone for 3 years. And then actually, Coach Lawson's father is the one that got me started. I was actually just stopped going to Virginia State. I was at Hopewell, which is our arch rival, working in the school system there. I was in Coach Littlepage's office interviewing for a JV baseball coaching job. And what a coincidence, Coach Lawson was on the phone talking to him. He was like, Coach, they was best of buddies. They rivals. He was like, Coach, I got one of your players in my office. I'm ready to give him a job. He's like, who? He said, Ryan Massenburg. So, of course, I spoke to Coach and everything. I got the job, worked in Hopewell for a year. Next year, he offered me a job in the school system in Petersburg, got me coaching the JV baseball and the freshman team. And I've been doing it ever since. Just kind of waiting my turn. This is somewhere I always wanted to be. I played here, graduated from here. This is my home. So
Bittersweet.
Yeah, dream.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome, man. So baseball. So you say you started baseball?
Yeah, I was coaching JV baseball in Hopewell. Then when I came here, started coaching freshman basketball. I was also coaching the JV baseball team here as well. So I played baseball in high school, baseball and basketball in high school.
Cool.
Baseball thread is pretty long with this guy, man.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Even though he's a basketball coach, that baseball knowledge is just as deep. So,
Okay.
that man, let me ask you this then. So, baseball or basketball as a player, and then baseball or basketball as a coach. Which one?
Yeah.
You can put me on the spot now.
Actually,
baseball as a player and baseball and basketball as a coach. Basketball as a player. I enjoy baseball. I like to play it. And I tell a lot of people this, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I really played baseball in high school to make sure I kept my grades up, kept me doing something. If I wanted to play, I ain't no telling where I would have been. I came from a father, but I just like to stay active. When I was growing up young, I always stayed in sports. My parents kept me in sports. I came up through the rec department doing everything. So my main thing, after basketball season was over, that was my love. That was my passion. I love to coach baseball, but if I could do it all over again, I think I would put more work into basketball. I know I would.
Yeah.
So do you promote? I wouldn't say promote. I guess promote with your players to play multiple sports. I mean, because I know when I played, I definitely played it baseball, I play football, but I definitely use things like the hand-eye coordination and just, the quick steps and try to put them together. Like, do you have multi-sport players on your team, and how do you like balance that if you do?
Definitely, we have that. I had it when I was playing. I got it now as I'm coaching, and the biggest part about it, and one reason why.
Microphone going in and out, Coach. I don't know. You might want to check the sound.
Uh-oh.
And it's crazy that happened, but we were talking about how he has to share with the football guys.
Right.
And because football is going into the spring now, it's totally
right. And that's what I was right. That's what I was wanting, get into asking them because now with it being okay, you back.
I'm back. Yeah.
All right, there we go. Yeah, we had you out for a minute.
No doubt. Actually, I was talking to Joe on the phone the other day, and it's crazy because being in Petersburg, you would think we'd have so many kids with enrollment, but we don't. So we're sharing kids for football, basketball, baseball, golf. I coach volleyball too. I had a volleyball player that played volleyball, golf, and one of them that was playing volleyball, golf, and was trying to play football too, but we just couldn't get it all in.
Wow.
I had a couple that played like volleyball and cross country. So we run into that. Good thing about it, I have a good rapport with head football coach, Coach Scott, because he was a two-sport athlete. He played basketball and football in high school, so he kind of understands. So we kind of juggle our workout days. Like I always tell my guys playing football, hey, if we have basketball workouts and y'all got football workouts, you got to pick and choose which ones you want to go to. I'm not going to make that decision for you because I don't want anybody to say, Coach Massenburg said, don't go to football workouts coming back. And me and Coach Scott, especially in the summer, try to juggle so they can make all of them. I usually go 2 days so the kids can get burnt out, doing both. We definitely have guys do basketball and baseball.
Right. So with the COVID, of course now with the COVID now sports are being shifted around and seasons are different and what do you think that's gonna be more difficult or be about the same or what you think about that?
For one, I think it's gonna be more difficult. And the reason I say that mainly with our kids when they're in school, you kind of got a grip on them. When they're at home doing this, it's kind of hard. I've been getting some calls already. I hate to say it. They're supposed to be talk about some kids coming in inappropriately dressed, come Zoom class with no shirts on, stuff like that, coming in late. And I think it's gonna be a hard adjustment. And just from me looking at the NFL and looking at how many injuries they've had in the first 2 weeks.
Right. I had a conversation about that. I said these guys haven't been doing anything, and then to just go right at it is, right.
Because I talked to my AD yesterday, and my question to him was, I stopped by his office because we was going over the schedule. I was like, Coach, I was like, when they gonna let us loose to go 5-on-5? Are they gonna wait till December 7th, the first day of practice? That's gonna be kind of tough because no contact, no 5-on-5, and all these guys tearing ACL and stuff in the NFL. I know these kids are young, but still they gotta get used to that. That's anybody just gotta get adjusted to.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be a really key thing to keep an eye on because these kids are ready to play mentally, but physically they still don't even really know their body for to be talking about go coach and then tear something and you're dealing with a bigger issue. I remember us talking about that, saying that some people are opting out, some people are choosing not to play that are getting looks from colleges. And it's like when you're in a smaller school like a Petersburg and you share athletes, if this football player that plays on your basketball team gets a football scholarship and he decides not to play, you done lost him for basketball too, And so the smaller schools are really hurting with this new scenario that VHSL is trying to create. And I've spoke many a times that I'm not a fan of what they're doing. They're going to really get overturned eventually because they are not being proactive. They're being reactive. So, we've talked about how these schools are trying to be reactive along with VHSL and we have a different result. And so how are you going to have a statewide competition with sports and you can't even get a similar result when it comes to your county to county, city to city basis? So we are
you got everything's running right into each other. So some kids gonna say, for instance, if we make before we make the playoffs, the regular season football practice starts. So the football coach will start short of guys. Baseball gonna be short of guys. Track's gonna be short of guys. There's football going on because everything is running right into each other. So really, these young kids, their bodies are not going to get a break.
No, and you gonna. I mean, like we said, they may be young, but they still get hurt, man. They may recover quicker, but they still get hurt, man.
Well, me and Rob was talking about this, and all it is a communication with coaches that are going to need it to be done, because football has been in the basketball position for so long, where basketball is the first sport starting this school year. And so it's like, hey, I ain't got nobody really to worry about technically if I wanted to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? But when you got to work together, you got to coordinate, collaborate together, make sure that you're doing what's best for the kid. But there's a lot of programs where they're just like, basketball has been salivating at the mouth to tell football to go somewhere, and so it's a lot of elements that can affect this whole transition of us trying to just get kids out to have fun, get something to do, keep their mind off frustrations of school, because that's
just life, man.
Itself.
Life is the grind. Life is the grind.
Man, take us out of current times, Coach Massenburg. Walk us through last year, man. How was it with the evolution of the season? Like, I know it didn't start off hot, but it looked like it was going somewhere.
Yeah, state quarterfinals.
Yeah, actually 3 shots away from the state semifinals. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, I told you exactly what it was. 3 shots away.
3 shots away, yeah. But the season started off. We were young last year. We probably had 2 guys out of 15 that played heavy minutes for us the year before. So I expected us to struggle a little bit, which we did in the beginning. We lost a lot of games actually. Then we picked it up when we needed to there in the end. We got some quality wins. We went into the regionals at a number 14 seed. Played every game on the road. Went to Southampton. Beat them in a close game. Went to Tab. Seemed like we play Tab every year in the region.
Seemed like you play who?
My 3 years, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 3 years I've been the coach, every year we play Tab, at Tab. And we played Tab, another good game there, nice environment. Beat them. Then we went on to the Scope to play Phoebus, which had beat us early in the year.
Yeah, those are my guys.
That's his alma mater.
Yeah. I played there. Played football there. Yeah. Coach Daniels coached my brother there. My brother did play basketball and football. So yeah. I know about the Petersburg, Phoebus,
Yeah. Because, of course, we went to them last year and they knocked us out. So they had beat us early in the year at the Ash Center in a big game. They wanted to see Brian. They actually was rushing us to get off the court so they could see John Marshall. That was a big game. It was an ugly game. We had like 30-something turnovers in that game and somehow found a way to win. And I guess it's just, sheer heart and determination. And the defense. We started playing D. It was a low-scoring game. We ended up beating them by 1. And the thing about it, I was excited for the kids, because none of them had, knew anything about the state playoffs, nothing like that. Of course, I played in the state championship. We lost the state championship. So I was excited for them, excited for the school, and more excited for the city, just to get the city back into basketball mode, because they lost that basketball camaraderie in Petersburg. And that was our thing, basketball and football. So that was big to see the people come out to support the kids. Unfortunately, we lost in the regional championship to Lakeland, which we had played them a couple of times the year before, had eliminated them. So they eliminated us. We still moved on to the state tournament, which I was glad. I was happy. The kids were pumped up. They were excited. So it was a good overall. I would say it was a bad. We did all right. We exceeded my expectations, and a lot of other people, to say the least.
That's awesome, man. And that was what, Central?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We played Central. Yep. Played Central in the States up at Strasburg High School. And of course, Central and Armstrong had played, and they were saying there was some racial stuff going on, which I didn't feed into it. They came up to scout us the night we played Lakeland. They came
Mm-hmm.
up to scout us that night. I didn't get a chance to scout them. I had a little film that I could see, but there was some games early in the season. Real good game. You know, they had the 6'8"
Good
kid.
game. What'd you say? 3 shots? Three?
3-point blank shots at the buzzer. 3-point blank. I mean, I look back. I actually looked back at the news story from up there the other day, and the news reporter said he don't know how the ball didn't go in the basket.
Man.
Right up in the basket 3 times. Same guy shot it, came back to him. Shot it, came back to him. Shot it, came back to him. And to this day, I mean, he still dreads that. You know, I feel bad for the kid more so myself. You know, I think I kind of took it harder than the kid because I was excited. You know, pretty much I'm being a rookie coach. You know,
Right.
49 years old, get my first start as a varsity head coach. So, you know, I was kind of hurt for the kids. We were right there. I mean, they played their butts off. Game was back and forth, real good, clean game. You know, it just, I got what I wanted. We wanted a shot going to the basket. We got 3 putbacks. It just wasn't our day.
Right.
You could be a rookie coach. You could be brand new to the game. It don't matter. That natural competitive drive is in all coaches. And then secondly, most of the time, coaches fold. And I don't mean fold in the sense that they quit on their kids, but when you've got a young team and you start off rocky, you kind of already look toward next year in a mind frame sense without doing it the right way. I think this was the perfect experience for the kids outside of the seniors.
Oh no, definitely.
You
Definitely.
be loaded.
Yeah. The thing about it is, it's crazy that you said that, Joe. A lot of young guys, you know, after the game, you know, of course the seniors was upset. You know, they was hugging each other, but the young guys like we coming back. We gonna be back. We gonna be back. So you know, I group text. We've been talking every week. I sent out a text this week and told them, I said, hey, look like everything's gonna be a go. We got a 14-game season. We don't have no room for hiccups. And I said, all of our games gonna be all our district teams. I said, so the thing we gotta look at, guys, I said, we gotta win. I said, because everybody in our region, their district is not as tough as ours. So we don't have room for error. So everybody, all the guys like, Coach, we ready. We 100. You know, give me the fist. They ready to go. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited.
Yeah, man, you hate for moral victories, but you know that at the end, you know, you leave with that taste in your mouth. The young guys come back. They were on the road pretty much the whole way, so it's pretty much to them mentally. It's not much. Put the ball on the floor, coach. Put the ball on the floor. We ready.
I love that. I think this is the perfect opportunity for Petersburg to rally in regards to your boys and getting that recognition. So, you know, it's going to be a good challenge on your hand now. You got a brand new challenge, but it's a fun one in preserving that bottle of energy that you guys created last year and trying to keep it moving forward. So I think they've got the right guy doing this. Definitely seen you live and up close. So, you know, I think that it's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely appreciate the compliment, Joe. Like I say, you know, I'm just trying to build this program back up to where it was. You know, back before, when I played and before I played and even after I played. I mean, it's always been Petersburg basketball. Like I was telling my guys last year, I said, guys, we're not the team that can walk in the gym and the game is handed to us. I said, we got to get out there and perform, man. I said, Petersburg used to be like that, but it's not like that no more. Everybody's gunning for us, you know. And my motivation for the guys, you know, you always got to put something up on the chalkboard for your team. You know, I look at Virginia Preps every morning. And early in the year, they was talking about teams to look out for that was in the state playoff from last year. And everybody up there except Petersburg. I guys, I'm like, look. I said, we still not getting no respect. You know, we won 3 shots away from the semifinals. We still got to get into. So that's kind of motivation for them, motivation for me. You know, just to keep pushing. So I always told them, you know, don't look for nobody to give you anything. You want to earn everything you get. So that's what I'm trying to instill in these guys, not just on the basketball court, just in life, even in school.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
I got one comparison. My first year coaching, we went to the state semis and had a lead, lost it by 1. I mean, let me tell you, Brian Stiff said, and he was Brunswick's head coach that year, he said, Joe, I left after the third quarter and went to prepare for the face Bruton in the title game. And it's one of them. It's how you say as a competitor, as a coach, those things hurt. And so we
Yeah.
took an 8-point lead and lost by 1. But let me tell you, I barely had to coach the second year.
You know what I'm saying?
You know why. You know what I'm saying? I barely had to coach. So don't let that, when you get there, start over and scratch it. It's like treat yourself like a player, because I'm telling you, man, like we went, 15 straight, went up to Virginia State and played in the Lawson Classic and lost to Brunswick. Then we went and ran 12 straight off again and beat Brunswick at Orange High School and felt like that was it right there. And then went to the state title game and got blown out. And it was the exact same way. Like all this stuff is not coincidental. So we had the Eastern part, which had quarters, semis, finals, and the regionals. The West had semis, finals. So Dan River got to come watch our final, and they got scout tape on us, and we didn't get scout tape on them. And so that's how they were prepared for us in the state title game. So you're going to have them kids on cruise control at some point in time, because
definitely.
So be prepared for that. That's going to be your challenge. I know you like, I got knuckleheads again, or I got to steer them again. No, man, you got gold right now, because they.
You do, man. You do. You definitely do, man. They ready to go, Coach. I think you're gonna, you think you're gonna have a good season. 14 games, like you said. But I think with the way last season went rolling into this one, COVID is a good thing. They hungry. They ain't dribbled. Just keeping them safe, doing the virtual schooling, make sure they ready to go. Because it's gonna be rocking, man. And I'm definitely gonna get up the road and definitely come to check you guys out, man.
I know this guy, man. I know this guy. That man said that ain't in my pay grade, man. They done gave me new all type of certifications. Now I'm certified everything now, man. So look, man, I think the last 3 guests had a Petersburg uniform on. West and Ty played for Petersburg too, right?
Yep.
West played when we got to high school. Ty Trail played all the way through. I actually coached Ty Trail. He was on one of my freshman teams that I coached.
Okay. Circle don't go too far in the bird.
Look at that, man. Yeah.
And actually, Wes's father was one of our longtime rec coaches for a long time. He coached rec back.
Shout out, Coach West.
Yeah. What was his nickname?
Oh, what would they used to call him?
Bug, not Bug.
Dang, he said it too. Oh man, I don't got my. Oh,
Coach West.
Bubba West.
Bubba West. That's what it was. Bubba West.
Yeah.
Bubba West. Yeah. He was a long time. He did a lot for the kids in the Petersburg community as far as youth football and youth basketball. A lot. He actually worked with my father at the fire department. And my father was some of the first black firefighters to come into the city of Petersburg, firefighters. And they had the black firefighters that worked for the city. So he did a lot in his community. His dad did a lot. Like I said, we got a picture on the wall in our office of him when he was coaching rec basketball for us. He always looked out for the kids. Good person in the community.
Definitely.
Those pillars, you seem to be following right in line with these pillars as you're doing Parks and Rec, running Parks and Rec, coaching, and trying to provide every opportunity for them kids in Petersburg. So I've spent the summer with you. I know what that task is all about.
Definitely, and a lot of the kids is actually playing basketball in this area. Actually came through our rec basketball program. It's just that we got to either middle school or high school, parents moved to other localities. But the majority of my team I've watched come up as 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds that they got to the point where they could play middle school and high school basketball. And I used to sit and watch the games. I was like, I can't wait till I get to coach them. I can't wait till I get to coach Taheen. I can't wait till I get to coach Quayshawn and Maurice. I watch these kids, grow up through the rec program and just itching for them to get a chance to get my hands on. I'm not saying that my volunteer rec coaches weren't doing a good job, but just to see them on the high school level, just to get that experience of coaching these kids, just watch them grow. It's just been wonderful. I've been working for the rec department for over 20-some years, and I enjoy people asking me, you don't want to? No, I love what I do.
Absolutely, I love what you do. Because
me too, man. Making a difference, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
So look, I talked to Miss Yerby, and Miss Yerby said that Mr. West had been a real good pillar to the community and everything. And so, shout out to all of Petersburg Leisure with their rec, because they've been throughout thick and thin, they've still been there. People say what they want, but one thing that nobody else is doing is providing services, providing things for these kids to do, giving these kids opportunities and seeing it work because there's examples. There's multiple examples. Obviously there's examples on both sides of the spectrum. But with kids, you definitely can put them in front of these good ones, and that's how you get an opportunity to blossom.
Right now, that's what I need to do.
Like I said, we have a lot of good, even Coach West, we have a lot of good volunteers in the city that's been around for a while, that I praise. Some of the guys I've seen that coached me when I was growing up, that are still here, trying to provide. We got a young, not a young, an older man that's helped with the varsity football team. His name Wallace Johnson.
I don't remember.
Butterbean. He's going into the Hall of Fame. He was supposed to, he's going in.
Getting a little choppy there.
Just to see.
All right.
There's a lot of good things, around here. Like you said, with Parks and Rec, we provide jobs. I'm busy, just to see them prosper. And my hat's off to Missouri for the job that she do.
Yep. She's done an amazing job, man. And like I said, what people don't realize is when you have minimum resources and you still can make something happen, that's the gold right there. It don't even get recognized because people be like, oh, they supposed to be because they compare it to people that got all the resources. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times the perception of people who are dinged or looked down upon don't even get the full true story. And so that's just something that is a bad narrative that goes on. And I see people like you on the front line working every day to get these kids opportunity. This is the time now to take that successful basketball and have it go all the way to the circle, man. Have 5 and 6 year olds saying, yo, I'm trying to be like Tytrell. Yo, I'm trying to be like Quay. Like,
right.
That's how you want it right there. And then it just continues to link every 10 years.
That's one of the things I try to do. A lot of community service stuff for the guys, get them out there so the young kids can see them, to let them know, hey guys, you may not think people are watching, but you're role models for these young kids. We always do the youth basketball draft for the rec, where they help the kids with the drills and stuff like that. Have a youth basketball day at all of our games where the kids come over, interact with the players, and take pictures with them and stuff like that. So that's one of the things. Like a lot, and everybody, this because you was a coach. It's a lot more to coaching just doing X and O's. You got to do. Right. You got to get out there. You got to get out there in the community, do some other. You got to be a listening ear. You got to be a father. You got to be a coach. Sometimes you got to even be a provider. For some of the kids. I don't have a problem with that. So that's just what I love doing, and I like to see guys that can play, that come back and say, hey coach, this, that, and the third. I appreciate everything you ever did and stuff like that.
It makes it all worth it, man. It makes it all worth
it. Exactly.
Definitely.
I know we don't get no check for this one, but being a coach like that gets you the hood pass. And everybody that don't know what the hood pass is,
yeah, man.
Explain it to
They don't touch us.
Don't no coach that care about somebody's kids get touched in the hood no matter what. And so the whole thing you said is that's why they outreach. That's why they go in there and put that time in, because they are getting that nod. You know what I'm saying? That anytime you go
respect, man.
You already know you're looking over your shoulder. So it's just, as a coach, you don't have to do that. That is a blessing, but that is the respect that a coach gets. That doesn't.
And then that's home, man. That's home. Those are your people.
You'd be surprised. We had a group of guys last year follow us anywhere we went. Come out, feed the kids. I take my hat off to those guys. The kids, they provide. Every game, they was right there behind the bench in their ear. So like you said, Joe, that's it right there. What you just said. That's exactly what it is.
That's that full circle, man. That's that full circle, because it's kind of like, hey, chill out. This, it's the story that keeps repeating itself. Everybody see the star athlete get overpassed by the game. Everybody's seen it, and that ain't always the case, but it's to some point of that narrative to where they've gotten that respect. Yeah, he's got a path. He's got a vision. So we try to tell our kids, always have a goal, always have a vision or a plan. That way people can see it. They can help you. If you out here trying to act like you against the world, that Tupac line sound good in a song, but you don't want to be against the world.
Nah.
Not nowadays, you don't. Not nowadays.
Oh, sir.
Especially not now.
way things are going on, man, this world is crazy. And I just pray for the kids, my own kids and my players every day. Just to let them see another day. I'm just so thankful to be in the position that I'm in. To make a difference in these kids' lives. That's the most important part of what I do.
Absolutely.
Right.
And we as coaches, we pick everything out that's negative. So we good at that, obviously.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, definitely.
flip that just a little bit and say that, these kids are privileged because there's your grandfathers, our grandfathers, that on their everyday or weekly schedule was nothing close to what we're doing. And what I mean, it's still not fair that we're losing lives for no reason. But at the end of the day, we're being given an opportunity because of the hard work they put in 2 or 3
Mm-hmm.
ago. So it's almost like I watched Jalen Rose, Paul Pierce, Jay Williams, and they talked about it. And Jalen Rose said, you always got to look on the positive side of things. You know what I'm saying? And to appreciate what work has been put forward, just know that we are not going to see the end result, but it's for those kids. And that's what it's all about, because it has to continue to be battled every day for the past 400 and something years.
Yeah, man.
You're right. You're exactly right. That's so true, man. I was coming into work this morning and listening to the gospel station. Of course, everybody's talking about the Breonna Taylor situation and how that was handled yesterday. And it's so ironic, then I was watching the news this morning. They was back protesting in Richmond, tearing stuff up. And I'm thinking, you tearing stuff up, but you still got to pay for it and build it back up. So, what we got to find a better way to do things. You got to find a better way.
I saw another thing that was very important that kind of is symbolic. So Emmett Till's decision on the people letting his killers go was done on September 23rd.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I found that out this morning. So
wow.
I don't want to say they're playing with us, but I want to say that history, everybody knows that line, history repeats itself, but this isn't the good time that history repeated itself. And so it's a testament to how far we have to go.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm trying to pave the way for my kids and anybody else's kids, not to have to deal with some of the stuff. Of course, you got to deal with it some, but not the way things are going on now. This is another thing. You thought you would never see. It still exists, but still, to see it going on like this is crazy.
And I don't want this to be a misconception on Commonwealth sports, but our allies, we love our allies. We love everything about the people that have the same vision. But when we have the same vision, that's good, check. But when we have to go through trials and tribulations that you may not have to go through, we may have to check in our rearview mirror every day that you may not have to go through, that weighs on us as a whole society, a whole group of people. And so I love my supporters. I love my people on the same, speak up. I love it. But, we have to get to them 1%ers that don't see black or white. They only see.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And so that green doesn't favor a low poverty black community or predominantly black community. So that is why I think that correlation is going with what you said, people rioting, messing up buildings, but you got a black mayor trying to build your city up. Why would you do that?
Exactly. There's already struggling. So you're making more work. And it's afraid that you said that. I know you heard about it, the 804 Coaches for Change organization. They did that march at the Ash Center. I was out there that day. And I look around. It was good to see so many people coming together for a good cause.
Good cause.
I just wish that if we could have if something like that can go on with it, players can actually see that. Interact. Because I think now, and I'm almost 100% sure now, because I know my son, they don't really realize the impact of what's going on right now.
No.
I talk to my son every day about the COVID thing, about wearing a mask and hanging out everywhere and, being around a whole lot of people. Like, oh, Dad, it's not all right, son.
No, he right.
Our young people now, they take a lot for granted. They take a lot for granted. You can't take life for granted. You can't do that right now.
Because at the end of the day, they're going to be trying to look to see who's the finger to be pointed at. And right now, we're trying to educate them. And so that example goes toward them also. Like if the youth thinks there's no major issue with it, that's where the education has to be provided. When the others or the the people going along with us during this fight want to help. That's where they have to be able to be proactive, and be informed. So
Right.
you try to preach it to your son, it's like preaching to a choir, man. We know how that is. Them kids in general, kids in general they're born to test the boundaries, and that's fine. That's fine. That's how we have inventive stuff. But good God Almighty, this is a different time. We got people 40, 50 years old talking about I ain't never experienced this before.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep being great, Coach.
I'm gonna do all I can. God willing, I'm gonna do all I can, man. Like I said, I just want to thank you, Joe, for having me on, man. Like you said, when we worked together during the summer, we used to chat a lot. And Anthony, this is my first time meeting you, like
Yeah.
I hope it's not my last.
Likewise.
In touch. And like I said, I just want to, while I'm on, just thank everybody that's giving me opportunities, from my parents, to the school system in Petersburg, the city of Petersburg, Coach Lawson, Miss Jerby, everybody that that I kind of follow behind, Coach Height, Coach McGlone, they had me on their staff because they could have easily said, I can bring somebody else in, and just let you go, But one thing about me, I'm always, even though, like I said, I consider myself a rookie coach. I'm still learning. I'm reading books. I'm going to coaching clinics. Actually, I spent one on Saturday in Lynchburg just to learn more, just to better myself as a coach and as a person, just to bring back some of that knowledge home to these young kids.
Knowledge is power, man. Knowledge is power for sure. This might be my first time meeting you, but I ain't no rookie to Petersburg, man. I ain't Ty White. Like I coached against Ty when Frank was like Petersburg Elite, and they played at the Fort Lee gym. And my kids were 15, and Frank and them were 14. And Frank put on a show against us, and I ran through probably like my whole D trying to figure something out. We won, but it was, man, he went to town on us, and but I know Ty and the Petersburg Athletics, that basketball hole. You guys got some stuff going up there, man. Great athletes. Like I went to Virginia State my freshman year, so yeah. Tyrese Rice. I'm in the area, man. I was at that state game when he played up there at Siegel Center, and we used to come up there and play Team Richmond, Travis McKay, and I'm real good friends with all them guys, man.
But I had a real good football program because I used to come down here and play Hopewell a lot, right?
Yeah. Howell owns us. Hey, listen. Howell owns us as today. They own us, but yeah. Howell. We was up there. I think it was not like 2 years ago. Well, no, last year. The Henderson kid. Yeah.
It was a good game.
A great game. I was sitting in the stands. It was a great game. We played at Dinwiddie back in 2010. Oh my God! They had horses. They had a cannon. They had a crop flyover thing. They had just somebody went hunting, had a deer hanging off the edge. Man, they booed us when we came out. I'm talking about we played on a baseball field that had just been sodded, shouldn't have been played on. Hostile.
Yeah.
So you guys, I'm no slouch to the 804, man. You guys bring it.
Hey, look, I done been to Petersburg a ton of times. I done stayed in Petersburg and everything. I'm not going to Dinwiddie
and then I went to Phoebus 2001. 2002 we played our state championship games at U of R, the old U of R.
Oh yeah, at the what you call the stadium.
Yeah, the old one. So I played my state title games in the 804. Now they all over the place now, man.
They got you everywhere. We played. I know my senior year we played at the University. Our state championship was at the University of Richmond. One year I was up at UVA, and I know one year was at Williams.
Yep. Right. It's everywhere now, man. I can't keep up with it, but yeah, man. Listen, man, keep being great, coach, man. Nice meeting. I know when I come in the gym, I'm gonna chop it up, man. Definitely.
We gonna chop some more. It never ends with us.